Welcome back to the Daily Dean. Memes reflect the soul of society. What I mean by that is if you share something that you enjoy, that you laugh at, or even something that you don't laugh at, it shows what you care about. So regardless of your personal opinion on it, whether it's low or high, it shows what is on your mind and and likely other people's minds. So, how does that tie back into society? Well, you're a part of society, aren't you? So are the people in my class, people in my school, right? If I share a meme with other people who agree with it, they'll share it. And that's where the term meme actually comes from. It rhymes with gene, and it shows, something that you pass on. Maybe you change it a little bit to make it more interesting, but that's, more stuff. But anyways, if you care about it, like a meme I saw in my feed that somebody shared with me, if you care about, for example, your classes, you're going to share a meme about your classes, or your schedule, or registering, or other things like that. Now, the second part of that is the mere concept of a meme, right? There's a lack of permanence in a meme itself. There are 3 videos that are actually on the top of my head right now that are related to it, that maybe add up to like 30 minutes worth of watch time that you should check out. I'll put them all down below if you'd like to see them. Now, the lack of permanence in a meme kind of shows the lack of permanence in the 2010s and now going into 2020s. Because if you think about it, a meme only lasted maybe like at most a couple weeks. Now, maybe even before, a couple months. At most, a year. But after that point, right, a meme is considered dead and no longer agreeable with. So, it shows, like, the connectedness that we all have. And that idea of passing on a meme to be more connected with others once again reflects more than just the surface level ideas of what the soul of our society believes in, but the actual underworkings of passing on those ideas that are not lasting for very long. This is a different point. If you look into the 1990s, 1980s, 1970s, there are things that define that era. I believe it's called the ethos of that era. Like in the 90s, you would consider punk rock, Nirvana, other bands like that to be a part of the ethos of 90s music. In the 80s, you would consider like Queen. In the 70s, you would consider. In the 60s and 70s, you would consider Beatles, Elvis, bands like those. And those are things that people can be nostalgic about. But you have the 2010s. You try being nostalgic about Ugandan Knuckles, right? The clicking noises and Queen and stuff. You are going to be made fun of. Because those things are kind of long gone, right? And if somebody tries capitalizing on something in the, let's say Nirvana, right? They would be praised for that. Oh yeah, let's go, Kurt Cobain, rest in peace. Things like that. But you try capitalizing on freaking, once again, Ugandan Knuckles, you're gonna be thought like, oh my gosh, this dude, what is he doing? That's not very funny. That's kind of lame, right? Uncool. And that represents, once again, the underworkings of how memes show how we interact with each other. The idea that things don't last forever, just like how there's not things that really we are able to be nostalgic about in the 2010s. Maybe Minecraft, maybe that spiked up in popularity with the release of the 1.13 and stuff. But like, and beyond. But in terms of actual like things to see that are comparable to Harry Potter, to Nirvana, to Queen, to, David Bowie, other things like that, you have memes that are not on the same level. And there's also the anonymity of passing on memes to an entire, like, forum or community online. People don't know who you are if you post a meme or share a meme or do something like that. If you're on, a Discord server or a Reddit forum or a community web page or whatever, right? Those things. So, an example of that, this is another video I saw, is 4chan. Kind of what I've heard is it's a place where there's total anonymity, where you don't have names, and people can post as many memes as they want. So in a way, it kind of represents a breeding ground for people who don't take others seriously, and for people who do take others seriously. So let's say you posted a meme about African American people and police brutality. Regardless of whether or not it was true or false, and whether or not it was controversial or not, people are, one, either going to take it seriously, yeah, I hate blank, and two, or two, they're not going to take it seriously and say ironically, I hate blank. And as a result, those two people are going to be feeding into each other. Because one person thinks, oh, it's all a joke. Another person thinks, these are people who agree with me. These are people who find my viewpoints, no matter how controversial they are, to be the same as theirs. And that is dangerous on a different level. That's why I personally believe this is a different topic for another day. Jokes about race, about sexuality, about gender, orientation, things that you can't control, and, stuff like that. It is undescribably insensitive to make jokes that poke fun at those things as a means of ridicule or discrimination or uncomfortability. When people, this is a pet peeve of mine, that people shouldn't be doing. If somebody makes fun of a person who, let's say, was who had presented as male and is now transitioning to present as a female, as a woman, right? People make fun of that woman for her past and think that it's funny to make fun of a person's orientation or their sex or etc. And those things, I wish you wouldn't do that. Because those things can, one, be taken ironically, oh, it's just a joke, I don't really mean it. Or two, people take it, yeah, I want to go to blank, okay? I hope I don't need to say those things to pass my point. If you joke about things that can make other people uncomfortable, please just don't. And maybe you may be hearing me and thinking, wow, what a snowflake. I just hope that you see that my heart is in the right place in making sure people are happy with things that they can't control, that cause them genuine distress. Now, this was a little bit of a harder turn than the philosophy of memes, but I hope that's something you can gather from this. Now, that's all I had to share. Maybe make a different one about that topic, but thank you.